Testing. Okay, a very good afternoon to the judges, the supervisors, finalists, and all the audience present today. So we are a team from University Technology Malaysia, also mechanical engineering. My name is Alex Paul, and my teammates are Mr. Tan Kai Xiang and Mr. Chu Chin Heng. So today we are going to present on a topic named oil pump soft landing device. So during a harvesting of palm oil, the normal practice of the workers is that they chop down the fresh fruit bunches and just let it fall directly to the ground. And that is the first time that the fresh fruit bunches will experience bruising due to impact. And we know that bruising is not a very good thing for the industry. So what problem bruising can cause? First of all, it will cause the oil content in the fresh fruit bunches to escape along the way to the mill before the extraction. So this will cause in lower oil palm production yield. Besides, bruising will also cause in the free fatty acid or so-called FFA content in the crude palm oil to increase, which will reduce the crude palm oil quality. So it can be a waste of the material also. So through research, we will find that there are two factors that will affect the FFA content in the crude palm oil. So first of all is that we set the seriousness of the bruising. We can calculate using the bruise index. So this is the formula. Besides, the time between the harvesting and the oil extraction is also very crucial. So the company is trying to extract the oil as soon as possible after harvesting. So as mechanical students, we are trying to tackle the first question, the first problem, that is the seriousness of bruising. So the objective of our project is to design a device to reduce the bruising of oil palm fresh fruit bunches during harvesting. So through some discussion and design, we have come up with two solutions on how can we reduce the bruising. So it will be explained by both my teammates. So I'll pass the mic to Mr. Tan.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Alex. I'm going to explain the first design. So the first design of our device is we call it as a oil pump catcher. So actually the concept of this design is similar to the coconut catcher, but we do some modification on it. So basically, the whole device of the catcher is designed to increase the impact time and also the impulsive force of the oil pump when it's fall down. And besides that, the device also is specifically designed to be foldable. To be foldable into a very small size so that it's convenient to bring it. And there are two advantages of this device. The first one is it can reduce the bruising effect during harvesting, and the next one is it's convenient to bring around. But however, it's just a conceptual design. We have faced some challenges during this design. The first one is we have to select a suitable material to make it light and strong. And the next is we have to find a balance point between the oil pump quality and the labor productivity. So next, I will explain how to install and uninstall the device. The first, you just need to position the device as shown in the figure. And the next step is open up the two main frames and rotate all the legs 90 degrees pointing downwards. And the last, just place the device under the palm tree. So for uninstallation process, you just reverse the steps accordingly. So that's all from me. I will pass to Mr. Chu Chin Heng for the next design.
Okay. Hello. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kai Xiang. And I will explain about the second design. So this is called oil pump trampoline. So it's basically same as the trampoline, just that the platform is designed as 45-degree angle, so that the fruit will fall into the platform and it will absorb the vertical velocity and reduce the impact due to collision. So the design is very simple. It's just that consists of 5 L-shaped bar, and the lock piece is used to lock the device and fix the position. And there are some springs attached to the platform, between the platform and the main frame, to strengthen and make the platform more elastic. So The advantages of this device is it can be installed easily and it's portable. But there's a challenge. We have no proper way to prevent the fruit from bouncing randomly. So I think I'll skip this. Just open up the device to lock the device. Then the device is ready to use. So to uninstall it, just unlock the device and fork the device.
Okay, to conclude this presentation, we have to know that bruising is not good and it should be reduced or prevented at all costs. But harvesting is not the only cause of bruising. The handling of the oil palm, the loading and unloading of the truck to the mill, all of these will cause bruising due to collision between surfaces and between fruits. So what we are doing is the first step in reducing the bruising. Thank you.
The person that wants to bring down the plant, the fruit, they must go close to the plant, yeah. You know, I don't know. I don't know. I have seen these lorry guys, you know, pulling out the bunch, yeah? So how far they need to be from the plants? Because now your this circular trampoline thing is already blocking them, right? So is it still feasible for this guy to be from the outside and then bring it down?
Okay, so what they are using is they're using a chisel of the some sort of sawit thing. So there is the thing is quite long. So this thing only have a radius of about 1.5 meters. So it's quite just like that. The tree can be, yeah, yeah. Yeah, so we have to make the radius big enough to cover the height. Due to the big size of the prototype, we have no resources to make the prototype to test it, and we cannot make the small model because if we make it a small model, we cannot make a model palm oil to see if it bruised or not. So, no, it is portable. It is portable. Yeah. Reduce the labor productivity, as we just said. But one thing is that we will reduce the waste of the free fatty acid, and we can increase the oil content in the fresh fruit bunches if we reduce the bruising. So there's a slightly compensation. So how are we going to calculate it? It is still a long way. So it is still a mystery, and this thing, I think it is worth investing because we reduce the waste of the process, and we are making the earth a better place. So if we are making a 90% productivity with zero waste, I think it is a great deal actually.
I think it's a very good idea. I think it's necessary, you can say, to have something like this. Again, I'm not quite sure about the design, whether it's too big, because I mean, basically when you cut down a fruit, you know pretty much where it's gonna land. So you don't need something that covers the whole tree. Again, if you're doing coconuts or whatever and they fall randomly, I don't know, but with something like this, you know where you cut, you know it's gonna fall within like at least 1 meter radius or something. So I would say make it much smaller, make it much more portable. Again, that's the big thing, that as mentioned, we don't want them to waste too much time on packing and unpacking and putting the thing up. So that's something you could consider, but definitely I think it's something that should be researched further on what is the optimal way of design for this kind of catcher for the palm, so we can avoid this bruising. I agree with that. So yeah, very good idea, but I think you might need to have a bit more thoughts to your designs.
So throughout the design process, we have considered how can we make it possible. So both design we make it is carryable by a human. So if we fold everything up, it is actually just 1.2 meters. You can hang it on your shoulder and you can walk with it.
No, the portability I think is okay, but the time it takes to set it up. I mean, again, you want it to be set up in 1 minute. You don't want to do.
Yeah, maybe that's the place we have to improve.
And of course, you need, again, I think another problem again is, as you mentioned, that you need light materials which are durable, because this is going to have a lot of impact, and the worker carrying it, they're just going to throw it here and there. So you have to consider how to make it cheap, that yet durable and lightweight. So that's going to be some challenges there. But yeah, keep working on it. It's a good idea.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, just to add one or two things. Of course, the weight of it, the time to fix and remove it, you have to really take that into account. And also the terrain, the terrain where the palm trees are, slanting, flat, and the trees can also be slanting or straight. So this one you cannot fix at the trunk; it will fall straight, right? So something to consider. Compare that to productivity, of course. And if you have the time, if I may suggest, the activity of harvesting contributed 60% of the incidents in the estate, injuries. Okay, so by having this, it actually prevents people from getting near the tree, which is, from safety point of view, is good. Yeah, so I think you should build that in your future work. Not only bruising to the fruit, but also bruising to human being. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.